Hey YouTube, I know it's been too long since I made a video, and I promised that I would be making more videos, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been doing that, and I guess I don't really have a good excuse because I don't believe in excuses, but I do have a good reason, and I haven't really been very public about the things that I'm about to say. Nothing about this is on my Facebook, and nothing about this is anywhere on the internet, really. And so I guess I'm just gonna come out with it. The reason I haven't been making videos as I promised is because I'm pregnant. Yeah, I'm 9 weeks and 5 days today, and I mean, I guess sometimes that's not really a reason for not making videos because plenty of pregnant women make videos, but it was just such a big deal for me. I'm in college. Look at where I am. This is a dorm room, and I work on campus, and I have classes every day, and I've just not adjusted well, I guess. I'm starting to, but up until now it's been kind of just too much for me to deal with. And so yeah, and I guess since I'm putting it out there now, I should put it all out there. When I first found out I was pregnant, and I'd been suspecting that something was wrong, or that I could possibly be pregnant for about 2 or 3 weeks before I actually took a test and found out. And I hadn't really told anyone. And when I got the positive pregnancy test, I told the baby's father, I told my mom. And I think that was the biggest step for me, because I knew that if I told her, she was going to freak out and be upset and probably yell at me, but I knew that if I didn't tell her, it would end up worse, so I had to do it, and I guess it didn't end up as bad as I thought it would. She was really upset, and she didn't know what to say, but the following weekend she came to visit me, and we spent the weekend together, and I went to the local Planned Parenthood because she really wanted me to get an abortion, and I was just trying to get her on my side, and I didn't know how else to do it except to kind of appease her. So I went to the appointment, and they confirmed my pregnancy and said that they read me basically my rights, and they were like, this is what will happen, this is what will happen then and here and now and all of this stuff. And in the end, I agreed to schedule an appointment to come back so that they could do an ultrasound-ish to determine exactly how far along I was, and blood testing to make sure I wouldn't have any serious complications with an abortion or anything like that. And I was scheduled to come the following Tuesday, and early on in that Tuesday, the office called me and said that their doctor had gotten pneumonia, and that I would have to reschedule my appointment. And so I did reschedule it, but I knew when I rescheduled it that that was all that needed to happen for me to realize that this wasn't the right thing. I knew in my heart the whole time that it wasn't what I wanted, but I figured maybe sometimes what you want isn't what's right. And so maybe this was what I needed to do. And when the doctor was sick and I couldn't go to my appointment, I knew that I needed to at least give this baby a chance. So that's what I'm gonna do. I went the following Tuesday got the ultrasound part of the appointment done, and then I told the same nurse that I talked to on the first day that I had changed my mind and I didn't want to have an abortion, and I couldn't. It wasn't just that I didn't want to, it was that I couldn't do it. And so she gave me a whole bunch of paperwork and information and all kinds of stuff, and I have applied for Prenatal Medicaid because I don't want to use my stepmom's insurance, because she doesn't even know yet. She's gonna know, obviously, but I don't want to burden her with this, especially because I don't know that her insurance will cover everything that I need it to. So I've applied. My application's still pending, so I don't really know what kind of coverage I'm gonna get, but they can't and they won't deny a single pregnant woman coverage. It's part of like their thing. So I'll get something, and something is better than nothing. I'm taking prenatal vitamins now. I bought like the over-the-counter kind because I couldn't get a prescription because I can't go to the doctor until I get insurance. So that's the only thing really. My most closely estimated due date based on the Planned Parenthood analysis is September 25th. So I've got a while. I've got a really long while, and I'm going to continue to take classes this semester. I'm taking classes over the summer. And I also plan to hopefully take classes over during the fall. I just may take a couple of weeks off, make sure my professors know and are okay with it, but I don't really want to take a whole semester off because I don't want to be that far behind. And I want to show people that you can do everything you set out to do, even when you get pregnant, even when it's not a good time for it. And I know that I can do it if I try. And I really, really do plan to try. I don't know if I'll be able to continue to work on campus because, yeah, they're flexible with their hours, but once I'm back taking classes and there's a baby involved and all of this and childcare, and when childcare places close, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Hoping that I will, but you just never really know. And to be honest, the only thing I'm really, really worried about is the financial side of things. And that's mostly because I don't know that I'll be able to continue to work. But I'm actually kind of happy. I always had this fear that I would not be able to have children. I don't know why I had that fear, but it was just, I'd always felt like I'm not going to be able to have children. I'm just not going to be able to. And I didn't try to get pregnant. I didn't intend for it to happen. But I'm kind of happy that I can have children. And this is like the most concrete proof of that I guess I could ever ask for. But I guess on top of that, I should talk about symptoms, especially since I'm going to tag this certain ways and certain people are going to watch this that may not have watched any of my other videos. I guess the first thing that I noticed was I was so tired all the time, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, I didn't always sleep a lot, but I was just tired, and I was not depressed, but I was so sad because I couldn't, like, get enough sleep. I just couldn't do it. And then shortly after that, I didn't have my period, and I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just waiting. I've been kind of stressed lately and haven't been feeling well, so maybe I'm just, it'll get here in a week or so, because I know that from past experience, like high school senior year, during like midterm exam time, I was really stressed out and it like messed up my period by like a week. So I was like, okay, then maybe it'll get here, and then it didn't. And then I started getting really nauseous before I would go to sleep. Like, I'd lay down and I'd just get so nauseous, and I was not happy about it. And the nausea progressed and progressed, and it got to a point about, I'd say a week ago, that I almost couldn't eat. Like, I only actually had, like, one time that I actually vomited, but, like, food made me feel so terrible. I knew I needed to eat, and I should eat, but I couldn't. I could eat maybe half a plate of spaghetti with, like, a little bit of sauce, and then I just couldn't eat anymore. So, thankfully, this week that's gotten slightly better, and I've been able to keep down food, and I've been able to eat a little bit more. I still can't eat as much as I used to eat in terms of, like, portion and amount, but I'm getting better, I would say. And I guess that's, according to websites and stuff like that, it's normal for it to get better between 10 and 14 weeks, anytime in that time frame, and I'm getting close to the 10-week mark, so with it already getting slightly better, I do think that by the time I officially enter the second trimester of things, it'll all be gone and I'll be able to enjoy food again. I think that's what I'm most looking forward to in the next month or so, is really being able to enjoy my food. And I haven't had terrible headaches, but I have gotten some, like, out of the blue headaches that don't really have any origin that I've been able to pinpoint. And at work, standing for a long period of time, I get kind of lightheaded, and I actually almost passed out at work because I was hot and I was, like, dizzy, and I hadn't eaten because I was during the time that I just couldn't eat anything, and they, like, called the rescue squad, and they, like, did all of my vitals to make sure I wasn't gonna die. And I mean, I was fine, except I had a really low blood sugar, which is to be expected when you haven't eaten anything. So they gave me French toast at work and orange juice, and I actually ate that, and it stayed down really well, and I felt a lot better, and it was nice. And but they did move me to a different part of the dining hall, so I'm not around all the ovens anymore. I serve smoothies and ice cream and occasionally cookies, but that's, like, it's just completely different work environment than I was in. And I mean, I like it, but at the same time I don't. I miss the people around the grill area because they were the nicest people that I've ever met. And hopefully I will get to work there. I already worked there one day since they moved me because they were short-staffed, and I used to work there, so I knew how to do everything. So I've worked. No, I hate when my computer just, like, blacks. But anyway, I worked there one day, and I cooked fish on the back grill, and it was fine because I actually had eaten that day, so I didn't get super hot. And cooking fish is very easy job in consideration of the rest of the jobs in the area, so it was nice, and I got to see people again and talk to them, and a lot of them didn't actually recognize me because I'm in a different shirt now that I work in a different area, so they were just like, whoa, when they realized that I had worked there for a whole semester with them the whole time. I guess that means I don't make that much of an impression on people. Oh well. But I guess that's really all. I have gained a little bit of weight, surprisingly, even though I haven't been eating as I should be eating. My pants don't fit most of the time, especially after I eat something. Like, it's like a balloon. Food goes in my mouth, and I chew it, but it's like I don't digest any of it. So the whole size of whatever I just ate times, like, 2.5 gets added to my belly, and I just get so big when I eat food, and it's almost disproportionate. But yeah, so I don't really have a belly yet, but guess I can show you guys what I do have, and after that, this will probably be the end of the video, and I just hope I don't lose too many viewers because of this. I don't want to be judged. If I am judged, I want to be judged honestly and for my decisions, not because of what's happened to me. And I want people to know that I'm gonna still do something with my life, and they'll get to see it. I'll make sure that they know that I've made promises that I kept to myself and to those around me. So I guess now I'll show you my belly and then say bye-bye. So right now I'm wearing the pants I would wear to work, and I haven't eaten much today, but I am tiny, and I always have been tiny, and so if I pull it down to where my pelvis is, yeah, that's my tattoo, but that's gonna get disproportionate. I've gotten a little bit of a thing going on today. Just a little, not a lot, because I haven't eaten very much. My boobs have gotten huge in comparison to what they used to be. I already need a bigger bra than I did 8 weeks ago. So, yeah. So that's what I look like. That's where I am. That's why I haven't been making videos. But hopefully I'll be able to make videos about this, and it'll actually keep me on here and keep you guys up to date, because if I don't make videos about this, I don't know if I can make videos. At least not yet. Maybe in a month or so, when I've really settled into the whole thing and people know just by looking at me and all of that, I'll actually be able to think about something else, because it's been all that's on my mind. But anyway, I love you guys, and I want you to know that it doesn't stop you, and you can't let it stop you, because I'm not going to let it stop me, and I'm still going to be who I want to be, no matter what happens. Sometimes you just have to change the way you get to the destination, but you don't necessarily have to change what your destination is. And I love all of you. Must be.